and I wondered how you're always right. It gets me.
Da ist keine Konix, also wir können nur die 3 Bäume nach vorne. Also
trying to decide what to do with the fact that it happens to us all. From time to time, it all comes around, and no one knows the end. We're all building bridges slowly, tearing them down fast to start over. We're all trying to come over memories of the past to start over. The past can start over. Start over.
Is there water over there? Yes. Lots of water, yeah. Plus they made everything to order. They wouldn't let you touch anything in there. Hotel, bathrooms were removed, having to issue.
They gotta win six. One in the acre was this small. And then nothing on sale. They do have a selection. Tell you something. No, I just.
picturesque, rose-covered Sohneck Castle appears. The once feared robbers baron's castle used to belong to a brutal.
衣が硬いあれとんかつみたいな。
The 20th century. The fabulous castle hotel and restaurant are well worth a castle are ruins on the hillside. Many castles were restored after the war. Bishop Hutton, who is said to have been eaten alive by mice as punishment for
weißt du?
Dann solltest du ihr das aber sagen.
Die waren wohl, das siehst du ja, ich habe es ja noch. Deswegen habe ich gedacht, das war nicht richtig Stress. Ja. Ich habe dich jetzt. Das ist genau. Ja.
Es que estas llevan redonda que son grandes. Claro, son pequeñas.
Y entonces, bueno, pues las hacen de hiena, que son buenas así para de Navidad. Yo es que las
So, eine Rüdesheim coffee. Original recipe 1. Here in this town since 1892. That's the reason TL is in. And now we light it just to caramelize the sugar. We have the coffee. Chocolate. That's the handle. Jetzt haben wir 68. 30. Machen wir.
couldn't see what you saw in me. Ooh, na na na. But you should.